Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Talks. It is your girl Samantha Monse back at it again with another episode. Today I have just a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about. I came back on here with a video podcast, as you can see, and I have my notes laid up in front of me because there's just a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about today. All in all, hi, how are you guys? How are you guys doing? I'm doing very well. I have actually been taking the time to do a lot of just inner work, a lot of just inner healing. Been learning a lot about my intuition and just about my self-worth, and just honestly what the topic is today is literally your intuition slash being unapologetically you. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this with you guys is because it's actually a topic that I've been rediscovering myself, because I feel like there's a lot of topics during your spirituality that like you connect in your head and but in different like stages of your life it like clicks differently, and sometimes you just need someone to explain it either their way or explain it in a way that just like gets you thinking about it either differently, or it just clicks in your head the way that they just said it or in the context that they said it, or etc, etc. But today I wanted to just talk about being unapologetically you, and I'm gonna use me as an example because who else would I use? But okay, so I listen to a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I just surround myself with very positive self-help, very motivational media all around me. My music, my TV, my journals, the things I watch, every single thing. I do not let myself watch negative things because I just do not want those types of energies, those types of vibrations around me. That's just not where I would like to be. And yeah, and a lot of the topics that have been coming up within just everything that I've been watching lately, it has been with just being yourself. And I've been doing a lot of inner healing, and I realized I struggle a little bit with being unapologetically myself. And I feel like everybody struggles with that. Everybody has a little insecurity to be vulnerable, to be completely themselves, in case anybody shames a certain part of you so that it won't hurt you, so that you don't get hurt. Exactly, for that reason. That's why we shield ourselves. But lately I've been doing better. I'm not gonna lie, at the time when I had realized I wasn't being completely myself, wasn't being completely unapologetically myself, I was like, what? I was like, how? I was like, honestly, how? I was like, how? I'm a Leo. I'm Samantha Monse. I am literally the queen of being unapologetically myself. I've even been the black sheep of my family for like, still am, you know what I mean? Like, still am the black sheep of my family. And like, that's not a title that I ever wanted for myself, but it's something that just, the life was mine, I guess. I don't know. But I just want to start off with telling you guys that the first lesson to being unapologetically yourself is that you are literally above everyone. Actually, no. You are unique to you. There is nobody else on this earth, nobody else that looks like you, that thinks like you, that talks like you, that has your perspective, that has gone through the things that you have gone through, that has seen it in your way, that has gone through it your way, that has thought about it your way, that has talked about it your way. You are the one and only unique expression of life that there is to you. You are so unique that there is nothing else in this universe that is like you, soul wise and physical wise. You are a unique expression of life itself. You are you, and they are they. So get that through your head. I'm pretty sure there's a saying that I always say, what's that one saying? Like, you are above nobody, but nobody else is above you either. We are all equal, but yet so different and so unique that, like, it doesn't even compare. So once you know that, it's a different ball game to start really embodying that, to start really taking back your power and being like, yes, I am me. Everything that is about me is special because I am me and only me. It's kind of hard because when you're in society, you kind of go where everybody else goes. You kind of like what everybody else likes. You kind of do what everybody else does. You know what I mean? Because it's hard not to. It's hard not to. It's liked by a variety of people for a reason. It's done by a variety of people for a reason. You know what I mean? But when you realize that you are on your own unique journey and your own unique life, and you are your own expression of life itself, you are your own, you are unique, you are only you, and there's only one you, you realize, and you also start thinking that you have a very specific and unique purpose and life path for you as well. So I had to live this firsthand when I think the first time I really truly started making decisions for myself was when I was 16, and it was ready. It was already time for my confirmation in the Catholic Church, and everybody was asking me, when are you going to get confirmed? Are you going to get confirmed? Right? And that was the first time I realized, oh shit, like, it's really my decision. It's actually really, truly my decision. Like, I got baptized and I was spoken for myself as a baby. I did my first communion in 2nd grade. I was spoken for to do it, so I did it because I thought that's just what everybody did. So when I started realizing at 16, oh shit, like, this is really my choice. Do I really want to get confirmed? Not that, well, I don't know. For me, at least, it doesn't hold a big meaning. But for me, not that it would matter a lot if I did. Like, my life choices probably wouldn't have different if I did get confirmed. But that was the first time I realized, like, is this meant for me? Like, is this the church that, like, I want to stay in for the rest of my life? And I've never even experienced other religions. I've never even experienced why there's so many religions. I've never experienced outside even a Catholic school. Like, I realized for the first time how truly ignorant I was, how truly sheltered I was in the church, and how I was just following the steps that everybody else before me did, and we just did it because we grew up in it and it was the right thing to do, you know. And there was just there's not a little voice in me that I could pinpoint at the time, but I remember not wanting to do it. I remember feeling the resistance. I don't know if I want to do that. And at the time I didn't know why I didn't want to do it, because I grew up Catholic. I was Catholic. I was in a Catholic school. I thought Catholically. You know, so when I didn't want to do these things, I was like, well, why? And at the time, I didn't have an answer for myself. And it was in that first moment it was in that exact moment where I first remember really listening to myself, really knowing and feeling I didn't want to do something. So I listened and I obeyed myself, and I said yes to me and said no to them, instead of saying no to myself and yes to them. Because that's what most people want you to do. Say no to yourself, be humble, and say yes to them. And so that was the first time, and my mom was like, why? Like, you got to confirm yourself. Like, don't you want to go to heaven? Don't you want this? Don't you want that? Trying to guilt trip me. And it was in that moment where I realized that my upbringing and everything that I was taught to know, to think, everything that I was taught to say, you know what I mean? I realized that it was not me. For the first time, I made the connection between me, my internal self, me, and the me that acts out here. You know what I mean? In the 3D. And that was the first time I really knew that I was meant to follow me. And that following me was following my own path. And it was the first time where I felt a great deal of shame. And yes, it was hard, but it was also the first time that I said yes to myself. Like, it was the first time that I really realized, okay, number one, I have control of my life. Number two, like, I have something inside me that's like a compass that can tell me what things I want to do and what things I don't. And I have an inner knowing that in the end, it's my decision. And in the end, whether people get sad or not, what matters is what I feel. Because do I really care that someone's upset that I didn't want to do something? No. And I almost started like flipping my thoughts. Like, why are you gonna let them bully you into making your life a life for them? You know what I mean? I almost started thinking that way. I almost started being like, Samantha, are you really that stupid to let other people control your life? Are you really that stupid to really like be in pain and suffering inside all the time and be smiling in school and church and be like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to be a nun. Da, da, da. Like, no. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? That's not what I wanted to be. I knew that organized religion, not just Catholicism, but organized religion is not the type of religion that I wanted to lead. So I had to deal with a freaking great deal of shame. But it was for real, the first time I felt really empowered and comfortable in myself and proud of myself that I had gotten myself out of a situation I knew I didn't want to go through. I knew I didn't want to do the whole process. I knew that I just knew. The simple resistance was me knowing that I didn't want to do it. And this is what I want to, where I want to really speak out on being unapologetically yourself. Because if you don't speak out for yourself, if you don't say what's truly on your mind, if you don't follow your intuition and follow yourself and trust yourself, no matter what, you will be miserable. You will be miserable. Because yes, your intuition whispers when you don't listen to it. But your intuition gets stronger if, number one, you build your intuition to be strong, and you know when your intuition is talking to you, so it's loud enough for you to realize when it's going on, or you've suppressed it so long and so hard that you're completely on the wrong path, that your inner voice is screaming at you, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. You will feel uncomfortable. You will not feel fulfilled with life. And you know your intuition starts screaming at you when you feel unfulfilled with life, when you start feeling stagnant, when you start feeling like you're not doing anything, when you start feeling depression. And then if you start even like suppressing that, like, okay, I'm not happy, but you know what? This job is what pays the bills. Or you know what? I'm not happy, but this is what makes everybody else happy. you will start seeing it physically. You'll start seeing it in stomach aches. You'll start seeing it in headaches. You'll start seeing it in back aches. You'll start seeing it in knee aches. You'll start seeing it in body aches. And when that doesn't freaking help you start going back, start nudging back to the right path, guess what's going to start happening? The universe will have absolutely no choice but to start interfering with your life. So maybe this job that you went into, this high corporate job that you went into, knowing that you wanted to be an artist, knowing that you wanted to be a creative, knowing that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, and you didn't follow your life's calling, and you didn't follow your purpose, and you didn't follow your inner wisdom and that calling and that desire to do what you truly want. Guess what? Since you ignored your intuition, since you ignored all those headaches, since you ignored all of those fucking things going on telling you, hey, this is not the path for you. Hey, this is not the path for you. Guess what? The universe will be forced to interfere. And maybe, if push comes to shove, that job, snip, you'll lose it. Not like technically, but maybe it might be your car. You can't get to that job no more. Maybe you got to move somewhere and you can't have that job no more. I don't know. Any situation that you deem as bad towards what you deem as good is what it is. So whatever happens, it's like the universe is going to have to push you onto the right path. Because the more that you resist your intuition, the more that you resist where the universe is pushing you to go and where it's signaling you to go, like, hey, this is where you're supposed to go, you're just working against yourself. You're just working against the universe. You're working against nature and working against your purpose and working against your own right path. You know what I mean? So let me end this off, I guess. Not end this off, but let me just continue telling you guys that if it's a desire within you, it's for a reason. If you want something, it's for a reason. It is meant to be on your path. It is meant to be in your life. So go for the things that you want. The universe will support you wherever you feel best. The universe will support you wherever you vibrate the highest. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like you can either go into this accounting job and know that in this worldly experience you will be taken care of and know that it's all secure, but you're not happy. Or you can follow the universe and all its signs and all the nudges and pushes that it's been getting you to be a creative, to follow your passion, to be what you're good at, to, etc., etc. When you go there, you'll realize that just because it's not a financially supportive job, the universe will put the steps there to make it one, because you're following your path. You're following your passion. You're doing what you're good at. You're sharing your light. You're sharing your talent. You're sharing you. You're being you. You're being unapologetically you. So what comes with that? The support of the universe. And that's abundance. That's peace. That's consciousness. That's awareness. That's support in all areas, physical and non-physical. So would you be a little bit uncomfortable to have a good result? Or would you be always uncomfortable to have, I guess, somewhat a secure financial job? You know what I mean? Unless you lose it, unless things start getting in the way because you're not following yourself. When I started my YouTube channel / podcast, do you know how many doubts I had? How many doubts? How many things I would tell myself, like, oh, who's gonna watch it? Like, nobody's gonna watch me. Like, whatever the fuck I was telling myself. I don't even know anymore. Like, I don't need, like, because I really just don't tell myself those things anymore. But I just was so nervous for people to see. I was so nervous for people to judge me. I was so nervous for, like, being around people that are silently judging me about the shit that I do or the shit that I talk about, and then, like, never knowing it. But it's also, like, so fucking what, bro? So fucking what if you talk shit about me or if you don't resonate with the things that I'm talking about? Because I'm talking about all positive shit. I'm talking about all self-healing shit. I'm talking about, like, all the good shit. So it's like, if you're not resonating with me, are you even on the same vibrancy as me? No? Then I'm good, love. Enjoy. Like, I'll keep my aura clear. I'll keep my energy clear. Like, I'm good. And you know why? Because I literally chose to make this YouTube channel in a space of clear mind. When I wanted this YouTube channel and I wanted to make it, I told myself, you know what, universe? The people that are meant to watch me will watch me. The people that are meant to be here and to stay in my subscriber circle will subscribe to me. The people that resonate with me are going to resonate with me. So let it come. Let it come, and let me just start being myself. Let me just start, like, getting loose on here. Let me just start getting comfortable on here so that when people do find me, they have hella content to go off of. And not only that, but content where I'm being myself. So it's like, if you don't like me, you don't like me, baby. There's no aspect that you don't like me, and, like, you don't like me, period, because you won't be able to put up with me and my energy and the shit that I put out in any video, because I'm like this everywhere, baby. I'm like this everywhere. My energy is in my videos, you know what I mean? So it's like, just be you, because it's like, the people that are meant for you will find you. The shit that's meant for you will find you as you are, and the shit that's not coming to you as you are is not even meant for you, bro. It's not meant for you, and you'll know it, because once you do have the things that you think you want, how uncomfortable will you be? How uncomfortable will you be? You think you want all your negative little friends until you realize they're in the way of your success. Or you want to grow as a person, but you don't want to cut these bad, toxic people out of your life until you realize they're in the way of you starting healthier habits and setting healthier boundaries, and they don't respect those. So they're in the way of your personal self-growth, your personal self-development. So it's like, come on, you guys. Start flipping your thoughts. What's the story that you have to tell yourself in order to make your situation better? You know what I mean? Because if you're turning against your desires, if you're turning against what you want, if you're turning against what is meant for you, where the universe is like leading you and where your inner voice is leading you, motherfucker, come on. Where do you think that's gonna lead you? Where do you think that's gonna lead you? Like, come on. Get it together. Come on. Like, for real. No, I'm just playing, but, like, for real. For real. But anyways, follow your inner voice. Follow your inner voice. And if you want to really start tapping into your inner voice, let me tell you this. Your inner voice is the same, or your inner voice / your intuition is the same voice and the same thing as the inner dialogue in your head. That is your intuition. That intuition and that inner voice and that inner wisdom connects with you through thought and through sensation, mostly through the heart though, right? So if you feel like you can't tap into your intuition, which I get it, sometimes we can tap out of it, sometimes we've suppressed it for so long. If you don't even know what your purpose, what your life path is, if you don't even know if you're in the right environment, first start with asking yourself, what do you want? And if you can't even get an answer, baby, that is your cue to build that relationship with yourself first. Because if you can't even ask yourself what you want, how do you think you're gonna get found? You know what I mean? Like, find yourself and know what you want. Find yourself. Meditate at least 5 minutes every single day to just sit with yourself. No distractions at all whatsoever. Just sit with yourself. Or write down your thoughts. Sit with yourself with a piece of paper and just write down everything that's going on. Think about what you truly want. Think about why you want those things. Think about if that's actually what you truly want, or if that's just something that you lack and can make right now. You know what I mean? Like, just go into yourself. Build that relationship with yourself. Start somewhere, because if you don't start within yourself, you can't start out here. You know what I mean? First, you got to think it in the 4D, and then it'll come out into the 3D. We'll talk about that in my next episode. But for now, I love you guys all so much, and I can't wait to chat with you guys in the next episode. And I'll bring some updates and, yeah, just more fun topics. Let me know what you guys thought of today's episode. And actually, before I leave, I want you guys to really, really, really do something to be unapologetically you. I want you to do whatever you feel is fit. One thing every single day to be unapologetically you. And if it's not that, you need to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes every single day meditating. Just you in your presence. That's it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.